got Ripp here today. This is Creating Conversation. Who is Lil Ripp? You know, what do you define yourself by? Like,
it's a young man trying to make it out of Tacoma, Washington, a small town in the Northwest. That the underdog town, the underdog city. You know, just a whole town full of underdogs. Just another one trying to get our name heard, trying to get my name heard, my voice heard.
How long you been rapping?
I've been rapping under the table since I was in like 8th grade, like basically middle school. I used to do it out my grandma's garage on the east side of Tacoma. I started putting myself out there like 11th grade, like junior year in high school. I made that decision to push myself publicly. Mm-hmm. Friends started pushing, and then we just created a team called Money Class.
Okay. So tell me about Money Class. That's MKF.
Yeah.
Okay.
We changed it from Money Class to MKF so that people would know that it's not just a group, because everybody started asking like, sign me to Money Class. I'm like, bro, it's more like a brotherhood type thing. Like, we kind of grew up and chill together, so it's kind of hard to tell people no. So we just added that F and made it Money Class Family now.
Okay. Why rap? Like, you know, there's different avenues, you know what I'm saying, we could really express ourselves, you know what I'm saying? What drew you to rap?
I used to watch a lot of Philly dudes. I used to watch battle rap, the little Philly dudes. I used to watch Reed Dollaz and Kaboom and them.
I mess with Reed Dollaz.
So I used to watch them a lot. So I was into the battle rap scene, and I got into the art of it, the song making and stuff like that.
So you started out battle rapping?
That's how I started watching and getting like intrigued and stuff like that.
But you did some battle raps though before.
I did one.
One? Okay.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I mean, we won, but I didn't.
It wasn't
it wasn't my lane.
Okay. But making songs and making music, that's what you love doing. Yep. Okay. As far as like influences, I hear a lot of like Tupac interviews in your on your mixtapes. So what does he bring to the table? I mean, because the specific interview that you had where he was kind of talking about religion, and I feel like that's a powerful one. You know what I'm saying? So that was, how did you want to get across to the people? What was your message like when you put that on the mixtape?
I point out Pac because there's lack of realism in music. That's what I feel. There's not enough speakers like in today's music industry. So Pac was like the last speaker that actually touched on every single subject, and he like touched you with his music. So that's why I put Pac. I try to touch people with my music at the same time, blend it in with like today's style. Yeah. Because today's music is different than the 90s. But I listen to a lot of 90s rap, like Wu-Tang. They're a big influence. 36 Chambers, that's probably my favorite album. Okay. Tupac. I'm kind of a fan of Biggie.
Just the other day, somebody asked me, like, I told them I had this interview coming up with you, and they was like, oh yeah, ain't he signed to Nip? I was like, you know, I know he rocks with Nip, you know, I don't know. So give me a kind of what type of relationship or do you have with some of the West Coast rappers like Nipsey and YG? And
I mean, those are pretty much just homies. Like, like if whenever I see him, like we just cool, like cool enough to just dab each other up, talk about what we got going. I always learn from him every time I talk to him. So yeah. I mean, we talked about signing me last time he was out here, but he be so on the move that it's you talk about it one day or one night when y'all are faded and he got a flight in the morning, and then I leave to Atlanta or I leave somewhere. So next time we bump into each other, it's just like bouncing conversation, bouncing knowledge off. But and with YG, I never talked about signing with him. It's just more so just like the vibe. Feel me? Like niggas is just cool. Like we all just cool, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, for sure. This whole camp's cool.
The pushing.
Yeah, I fuck with Rod, Slim, Brandon, Ace. Of course, G. You know, I brought my whole camp to meet these dudes. So show how cool. One time I wasn't sure like if they was beefing about if I could bring the whole team, because usually like they'll just be like, it could be you and a couple.
Yeah.
And Slim actually got on me because I didn't tell him who I was all with.
Uh-huh.
He was like, nigga, that's some fake shit. Don't ever blah blah. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Feel me? So that just let me know right there, like them some real cats.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me to point out every single one of my dudes. I had like 11 people. They brought us all in.
Okay.
So,
but that kept it solid.
Yeah. No, those is real dudes.
Yeah,
like
okay.
he has an inner camp outside of the label that he works with. So I don't really try to sign under him. I try to learn from him when I'm around them and see what they do, and just try to get the most connections and networking I can get while I'm around them.
Yeah. How do you feel about signing? You know, because you're an independent artist, right?
Yeah.
So as an independent artist, you kind of you are your own entity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You do what you do on your own. Everything is, you push your stuff whenever you want to push it. Do you like having that control? And can you see yourself signing with a label?
It's like a seesaw.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't got the right team, then it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
If you got the right team doing independent, it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
So being in Atlanta and being in a label situation with Universal, I just learned they were just picking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it just made me realize that I don't have a solid team. I have a group of homeboys, feel me? So when I came back, I just spread that knowledge on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't have no problem signing with a label.
Yeah.
It's just I just want to keep my creative rights and like my publishing. Like the deal that I got is 100% publishing, but it's on the back end. It's not as an artist.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like trying to work my way in there and know more before I sign that paper.
Yeah.
Because I can see like how they mess people over in the long run. Like if you don't know what you're doing
and you just sign, you can just sign your life.
Most people, how they get people is people who need it, who like need it then and there, and they just want to change their life.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They really want the fame, so they're gonna sign it. But I don't know. I feel I'm young enough to like work my way up and learn more before I do sign. That's what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
I got no problem with signing though. I got a couple independent labels, all money in, but I got couple Universal. Right now, we're working on this one. That's the one I wasn't trying to talk about, but that's under the raps too. But it's all going up.
I mean, you sound like you really have it under lock, like, because I feel like you just have to. No, not lock, not lock, but like as far as you have to educate yourself. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just for you, by knowing that, puts you in a different position than the person who just signs that paper on the dotted line. Like, okay, let me get my one-hit wonder, and I'm going. So,
what I like try to inspire people on doing music out here is like really get into it, not just go in the room making a song. Like, be a registered musician. Yeah. Because when you do submit your song, when I was in that meeting and I wasn't registered, they looked at me and basically told me like, so I could take your song and you can't do nothing about it.
Nothing about it, yeah.
And you really can't unless you're a registered musician and all your lyrics are published under you. Okay. And everything's copywritten. So
that would be
one
your word of advice for any young rappers.
Any young rappers that don't want their music took, stolen.
Yeah. Look into the camera, say that.
Yeah, if any of you rappers out here in Tacoma, Washington want to take it serious, I suggest you get licensed and registered under BMI ASCAP. No joke. No BS.
That's education, you know what I'm saying? This is not something that normally people just know. You know what I'm saying? You're people in high school that are just starting to rappers, they don't really know stuff like that. So this is kind of the stuff that we wanted to get out and educate our audience, educate your fans, anybody that you can touch.